Scientists have unearthed a massive, 98-million-year-old fossils in southwest Argentina. Human-sized pieces of fossilized bone belonging to the giant sauropod appear to be 10 to 20% larger than those attributed to the biggest dinosaur ever identified.
Here's a summary of the article.
Scientists have unearthed massive, 98-million-year-old fossils in southwest Argentina they say may have belonged to the largest dinosaur ever discovered. Human-sized pieces of fossilized bone belonging to the giant sauropod appear to be 10 to 20% larger than those attributed to Patagotitan marum, the biggest dinosaur ever identified, according to a statement Wednesday from the National University of La Matanzas CTYS scientific agency. Sauropods were enormous long-necked, long-tailed, plant-eating dinosaurs, the largest terrestrial creatures to ever have lived. Alejandro Otero of Argentina's Museo de la Plata is working on piecing together a likeness of the new dinosaur from 24 vertebrae and bits of pelvic bone uncovered so far. He has published a paper on the unidentified dinosaur for the scientific journal Cretaceous Research, according to the university statement. "We have more than half the tail, a lot of hip bones," said Carbolito, who also worked on the classification of Patagotitan a few years ago. "Everything depends on what happens with the excavations. But regardless of whether it is bigger or not, the discovery of an intact dinosaur of such dimensions is a novelty."
This post received a score of 26,000, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Biggest dinosaur ever identified is a topic of continued and intense debate. Sauropods tend to leave pretty fragmentary fossils, and reconstructing a whole animal from loose bits is tricky. That being said, bone fragments the size of humans combined with finding it in Argentina does suggest this is gonna be a big motherfucker, world's largest or not. The list for probable longest and heaviest sauropodomorphs is basically an assortment from the western US, Argentina and one or two from China.
If I may presume to correct a point of detail, sauropodomorph is from the Greek for lizard-footed form, rather than big-ass long-necked fuckers.
Petition to change it from sauropodomorph to megalomacrolomoscatomorph.
You did the work I was too lazy to do, thank you.
Patagonia actually means land of the big feet. Magellan thought the huge imprints were made by giants.
According to his crew, they saw them, aka, they saw the native people of Patagonia and thought of them as giants, probably because they saw them at a distance, and the traditional clothes of the Tehuelches were big drapey fabric or fur, that probably made them look bigger and taller, though they were usually take than average. 1.8 mts was somewhat common for men.
Argentine here, not only Patagonia, but the whole Incan region is full of stories of giants. From the Patagones to the tales of the ochre-skinned giants of Peru, who some say still live in the thickest of the Amazonian jungles, to the but also were very robust, with huge feet, thick arms and legs and short necks, something that makes sense as this type of robust gigantism is usually found in organisms that adapt for extreme cold weather. The nutheads from Ancient Aliens from History Channel insist they were Nephilim. Is a shame Europeans conquistadors wiped most of the population, and pretty much all of their recorded history.
The answer to why we don't have lots of historic documents, sites, some jackass ruined it.
Ain't the Catholic Church lovable?
Wait, you're telling me Spanish were the ones who conquered the South? That doesn't check out.
You are kidding, right? What language do we speak in Latin America?
You need to check the books. The Spanish were not the ones who conquered the South. They got as far as Buenos Aires. You might want to look up what European immigrants like Popper and the Chilean Mapuches did.
You mean Patagonia? Yeah, there were people from pretty much all European kingdoms coming and going, but no one stayed. Patagonia is huge and desolate. There is nothing there. To this day is pretty much unpopulated, similar to the Siberian tundra.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.